Hey everyone, it is so good to see you here today. My name is RANITA and I get into a lot of makeup related content. I also do lifestyle and hauls, and I also get into mental health every 2 weeks. So if all of that speaks to you, then I'd love to see more of you. You can hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below so I know you're here. But basically today we're going to be getting into Terra Moon's latest makeup releases. So they've basically got a lot of releases. We have Lovers on the Sun. There's a solar version and a lunar version, and then there's 10 additional shades that I have been sent, and I'm really excited to try those out. So this video basically contains product shots. You're going to be seeing everything that I have received. After that, I'm going to show you swatches in white and yellow lighting, so you'll get to kind of see, exactly how these colors shift and everything. And then of course, I'm going to be doing tutorials with the Lovers on the Sun palettes. There's 2 versions, so I'll be doing 2 looks for each palette, so that's 4 tutorials. And right after that, there are 10 more shades which I will only be swatching on my eyes. I will not be doing looks with those because it's going to become a bit too much for my skin to handle in one day. So usually I do full face swatches, meaning that I do it on both my eyes. I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm going to be just doing one side for each shade because my skin has been getting dry and damaged quite a bit, especially with winter. It's very hard on my skin. I'm not able to do that, and that would require me rubbing my eyes and taking off my makeup 10 times, which is going to be very tough for me and very painful. My eyes actually hurt by the time I finish. If this was a more humid climate, I would be happy to, kind of try and risk it, but the last time I did that, my eyes were paining quite a bit even the next day. So that's why I'm going to be doing this, but I will make sure that you see the shifts, and I will capture that in photography as well, so that if you want to actually go and see more about each individual shade, you should be able to see that on my Instagram. Alright, so this is a very long introduction, and I just want to end it by saying this. If you want to know about certain shades or certain palettes or whatever, please use the chapters, because the chapters will help you to navigate this video so that you kind of get to see exactly whatever it is that you want to see. And if you want comparisons that I have not made, please drop those in my comments, and I will do my best to get those out as soon as I can. However, I won't be able to do this past the 24th of this month because I am leaving the state for a few days on a very important trip, and then I will be back in like the beginning of March. So I'll only be able to get that to you after March, so just keep that in mind. But I will try my best to include as many comparisons as I possibly can in this video. Hey everyone, this is the first palette that we're going to be jumping into. So this is the Solar version of Lovers on the Sun. You probably saw, that this is how big the palette is. It is a 6-pan palette, and it is pretty small and compact, so you could actually travel with this. And I do love that, because when you are traveling, it just makes more sense to have a more compact, smaller palette. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to be doing 3 shades here, 3 shades there. We're going to get all of these, eyeshadows onto my face, and I will let you know what it's like working with these shades and describe them to you as we go along. So be sure to actually watch and pay attention if you're interested in picking this one up. Okay, so there's 3 beautiful matte shades here. There's Nebula Whisper, which is a very, very pigmented green shade. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to start by putting some of that over here. I'm going to try getting the mattes out of the way. And then after that, we will go in with the shimmer shades. I think that what I can do is put Sunset Embrace, which is this color in the palette. There's only 6 shades, so it should be pretty easy to follow along what I'm doing. I'm taking the peach shade and I'm putting that right here. And try creating kind of like the same shape on both sides. And you can see this is what it's looking like on my skin tone. It's definitely it kind of blends in a bit more, right, because it's more similar to my skin tone over here. I think that should do it. The final color I'm going in with is Celestial Love. That's in the matte shades. It's a very, very bright yellow, so I'm going to add that here on this side. And I'm also going to add it on this side because I just think it would be nice to have 2 mattes on either side. You can see how that's going. So it's kind of blending in a bit better with that peach shade. I'm kind of wondering if I could get a nice green to come through here, because I just layered that green on there, and if you add more yellow it should become like a different green, but we'll just see how that goes. I kind of feel like I am getting that. And here it's doing the same thing, it's kind of mixing with that shade. So now I'm going to go in with shimmers on my eyes. I'm going to take that same eyeshadow base, which is by Alter Ego, and it's this one over here. For those of you watching me for the very first time and you've never heard me talk about this base, this is the Alter Ego eyeshadow base. It is absolutely amazing, and I use it for practically every single look I do now, because when I went to Malaysia, I was able to actually keep my shimmers on like literally for the whole day, even when I was walking in the sun. And in Malaysia the weather is very humid, and my makeup lasted, and I decided after that that I don't want to use any other base, because this is the only one that made my makeup last the way I wanted it to last. So it's an excellent base. It's just that you need to work quickly with it, and that's the way to get the best results from it. If it dries up, then it becomes a bit of a pain in the butt to work with, but yeah, we're working pretty quickly, so that shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going in now, Amorous Rays. I think I'm going to put that on the side over here. I'll put Galactic Heart on the other side, and then Solar Halo is going to be like a highlighter shade. So let's see. Okay, so we're going in with the Amorous Rays. I'm putting it on this side here. I'm just going to put that in the middle, like so. I'm leaving some space for Solar Halo. Now this is the other shade, that is Galactic Heart, which I saved for the green side. And I will go in and I will blend that a bit more, because I want that to be nicely blended in. So we're just gonna kind of layer it. As you can see, these are very, very pigmented shades, very sparkly over here. So I kind of want to add on a bit more of that matte here, because I just want a good transition, and I want that color to also kind of look like it's blended in pretty seamlessly. It does look kind of similar, but there are differences. This is more warm toned. Galactic Tone is less warm toned. So I'm going to grab Solar Halo now. That is the shade that I wanted to put in the inner corner, and we're just going to stamp that right here. As you can see, it goes so beautifully with the green. It even looks like a green on my eyes. I will have to go in there and correct that. And then on this side, I'm also adding a wee bit, just to kind of connect that with the other one. It's so bright. So I'm going to be honest, when I swatched Solar Halo on my arm, I didn't see this beautiful kind of green shade coming through, and that's the reason I like swatching in multiple ways, because sometimes it's very hard to actually tell how a shade is going to perform until you actually have tried it in multiple ways. Now, Solar Halo is definitely a flakier formula, so I highly suggest using a base with that, because that way you'll get it to work in a much nicer way for you. I think without a base I would have been very messy, but it's not looking like that, so I'm pretty happy. So I think I'm gonna just leave it like this. I think it's pretty even on both sides. I will go finish up the look and I will be back. I need to clean up my eyes. Let me just bring you in. This is what it looks like as a close-up. So I actually really like the fact that this is green toned. It goes beautifully with that green shadow, and I feel like the yellow eyeshadow actually kind of blends into that green, and you can get another shade of green there, which I also really like. And I'm just going to add a wee bit more of that yellow eyeshadow, I think, because it kind of got swallowed up there by my shimmers and everything else. I'm just adding a bit on the top, so you can kind of see it right there. Yeah, I can see that eyeshadow. It is pretty pigmented and colorful, and you can get a different shade of green when you're blending it with, you know, the other shade. Hey everyone, this is the first two looks done, so you can see that I've done very simplistic makeup. I just went in for a foundation, and then I went in with my Juvia's Place Toffee. So these are very like minimalistic tutorials, but just to show you what all of the, you know, shades kind of look like on my lids. For my eyes, I've basically gone in with two eyeliners from Maven Beauty. Maven Beauty is actually discontinuing these because I don't think that the design was very popular, and I totally understand why. So I've gone in with a Sangria over here. You can see that it is a really, really lovely shade, very unique, and I love these eyeliners. I hope they create them, but in a different way, maybe as some kind of liquid liner with, I don't know, because this pen design doesn't work. I think if they just have it as a normal eyeliner design, people would probably enjoy that a bit more. This is the shade this is the shade I Herb. I was going to say I Herb because I was thinking of that, but no, this is the shade Herb. You can see what that looks like. It's a beautiful green metallic liner, and I felt that it would go perfectly with the look. So aside from that and my mascara, which is the Benefit Fan Fest, I really do like Benefit Fan Fest. I think it's an excellent mascara. So these are the 6 shades from the Solar collection, and I'm going to talk about the mattes first. Now this green has a slightly different texture to the yellow and the peach over there. So that green is of a rougher texture when you're taking it on your finger. When you're taking it on the brush, it's absolutely wonderful, very easy to work with, and you can just get beautiful pigment coming through, as you can see over there, so no complaints about that. The yellow and the peach are of a smoother consistency, but also give a lot of color to the eyes, as you can see over here. I can see that yellow mustard, it's like a mustard kind of yellow showing up very clearly there. To get more color under my eyes over here, I went in with a finer brush, so I haven't really had any problems with the matte shades from this collection. I think they were perfectly fine. Now let's go in for the shimmers. There are 3 over here. So these 2 are pretty smooth. That would be a Morris Rays and Galactic Heart Solar version. They're very, very smooth and easy to work with. This one is a flakier formula, but it's got a very, very intense electric kind of greenish gold that comes out there, which I absolutely love. So I think that, you know, these 3 shades actually go pretty well together. I wasn't sure how that green was actually going to work over here, but then when I actually put it down there and I started moving my eyes around, I was actually pretty happy with the way that this was looking, and I just thought, okay, yeah, you know, this works. It's actually a really, really nice collection of colors. So you can kind of mix your mattes up to get, you know, different shades. You can get an additional orange coming through when you mix the yellow with the peach, and I kind of got a more kind of lime green coming, a lime green coming out when I mix the yellow with that deeper green over there. So honestly, I think that all 6 colors are able to work, and you know, if you're looking for kind of neutrals with a pop of color, then this palette's probably going to be amazing for you. But I actually really love the shades, and I can see shifts happening in that shade and that shade even now when I'm just looking at my eyes sideways. I'm able to see some kind of shift coming through. So I'm just going to pick up my mirror, and we're going to just yeah, I can see like a pink coming through when I look at the mirror, and I also see like this beige kind of shade, and also a like a white kind of gold. I'm not really sure, but I am definitely seeing a pink coming through on this color, so it is a very, very nice shift. I'm able to kind of just see like a lighter silvery shade moving to a bronze right now. It's a little bit hard to actually get the shifts on on this shade over here, which is the one that I put in my inner corner. So I'm just, that's Solar Halo. It is a beautiful shade though, and I think it's probably my favorite from all of the shimmers that I've tried, along with this one over here, which was Galactic Hot. So I really do like these two shimmers. I'm just doing this so maybe you can see a little bit of a shift coming through in the mirror. I don't know. It's a very, very beautiful shade. It's got like a white base, I would say. When I'm looking at it on my fingers, I'm seeing white and like blues and kind of like greeny golds coming through. So I think this is like just a very, very interesting shade, but I do like it, and it can brighten up the entire face, as you can see over here. So okay, so this is going to be the first look done. I'm going to go now get my face clean, and I'm going to join you for Lovers on the Sun, the Lunar edition. We've got 6 more shades from these two, from this palette. So yeah, let's go and get that done. Hey everyone, welcome back for the 3rd and 4th tutorials. So I have replaced the shades in my palette with the Lunar edition. So these shades have a lot of purple and pink tones in here, and I'm pretty excited to see how those are going to work on my eyes. So we're going to start with the 2 matte shades. So yeah, the Solar edition has 3 mattes. The Lunar version has 2 mattes. So we're going to start with the 2 matte shades. So that would be Celestial Love, Lunar, and Amorous Rays. I'm just going to hold up and show you which ones I mean. That one over here and this one over here. So I'm going to grab some of Celestial Love, that is the deeper purple shade, and I'm going to apply it right over here onto my eyes. I'm going to just take that upwards. Now the base has been sitting on my eyes for a bit, so it may be a teeny bit drier than, you know, my eyes usually are when I first start working with the shades. Okay, I'm going in with Amorous Rays. So this is a crumblier brown shade, but I think it would look really, really nice with pink. So I'm going to add a bit of that here. I just tapped off some of the excess. I'm going to put this over here. As you can see, that's what it's looking like. So you kind of get this nice little mix of mattes, and you get this nice mix of neutral tones and some brighter shades when you actually look at the Solar and the Lunar version. So if you just wanted, you know, to come up with something for work, then this shade's going to be very, very helpful. And then if you wanted to convert that into a nighttime look, you could actually just go in with Celestial Love, the Lunar edition, and then just, you know, kind of make your look perfect for the evening. I like these shades. I feel like they're performing pretty well, and you can see how pigmented both of the mattes are. Very, very easy to work with. So before we go in with the shades, I need to just get some of my Alter Ego base onto my eyes. This is very, very important because this is what makes the shades stay in place all day. So if you have a event that you need, you know, for your eyeshadow to last the whole day, you need to apply that base again. It'll just seal the deal for you. Okay, here we're going in with Galactic Hot. See, I knew I was going to forget the names, which is why I quickly switched my shades out. This is beautiful. I absolutely love this shade. I really, really do. And it's got some gorgeous shifts, which I can't wait to show you. But right now you can see without the, you know, mirrors, without the additional lights and everything, it just looks like a stunning pinky purple shade, and it goes so, so well with Celestial Love. Okay, next I'm going in for Nebula Whisper, which is a silver shade. It's really, really beautiful, and I'm going to put that in the inner corners of my eyes. Now this seems to have a flakier texture. It's also rougher in texture in comparison to the shade that I just applied, which is Galactic Heart, right? Yeah, Galactic Heart. But it is so, so shiny. Oh my goodness, just look at that. It is crazy how shiny that is. So I need to just kind of blend these two in together. So I've taken a bit of Galactic Heart and I'm just kind of going over that silver a bit and just kind of blending that out. These are definitely a lot more flaky, and like the particle size feels bigger even when you apply it using your finger. I can feel it on my finger. The other shade is very, very smooth. That would be Galactic Heart. It's like a more familiar kind of formula to me. I'm going to go in with Sunset Embrace, which is this shade here. So we've moved to the top row of that palette, and I'm just gonna stamp that here. Now I do think that this would also go beautifully with Galactic Heart. Keep forgetting this. Basically what I mean is I think that purple would look nice with that deeper purple there. Okay, that makes it easier to kind of tell you what I'm using right now, because this is actually a purple. It's definitely got a purple base, and when I move my eyes I'm seeing like a bit of green and gold coming through. Now I'm going in with Solar Halo, which is going to be put over here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Holy crap, that's stunning. Oh my freaking gosh, I love that shade. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love that color. It's so pretty and it's just so vibrant, and like I was not expecting that color, but I absolutely love it. I love that shade. Okay, I'm gonna go clean up my face. This is what my eyes are looking like right now. You can see what this looks like. I really like the way these shades are working so far. Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the completed third and fourth look. So we've, completed 4 looks using both versions of the Lovers on the Sun palette. And yeah, I actually really had fun with the LUNAR palette. I prefer the LUNAR palette because I'm just more drawn to cool tones, and I was really excited about purple because I know purple looks amazing on skin tones similar to mine. It just works very, very well. So let me give you my thoughts on all of the shades that I've tried. So this was similar to the yellow and the peach shade in terms of formula. I felt like it was easier to get the color to just get on your brush. This is a harder matte formula, but it still works, and it's very pigmented. As you can see, this is without even using a white base, because the Alter Ego base is like a very, very tiny little bit of tint of white. It's not like a full white base, so I was very happy with the way that this actually worked. It's very pigmented and you can get the color to show up beautifully, and it looks exactly like what it looks like in the pan, so that's a success for me. Working with these shimmers now. Okay, so these two were probably the smoothest. That would be Galactic Heart and Sunset Embrace. They were very, very smooth and easy to work with. Probably what I'm most familiar with when it comes to Terra Moons. Nebula Whisper actually reminded me of a glitter. The consistency was kind of like that, but I know it's not a glitter. It's just the fact that the flakes are bigger. However, it gives you this stunning, beautiful silver, which is just so obvious, and it just brightens up the eye no matter what you try to do with it. So it's an incredible shade, and I'm happy it's not a glitter, because I don't like glitters, but I really was happy with the way that this performed and the way it looks. It really looks incredible, so I'm very, very happy with that. And last but not least, Solar Halo. Oh my gosh, I feel like that shade just stole my heart. It was so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. Just look at this. It's so, like, I don't know, it just makes my eyes look so much bigger. I think whenever I apply lighter tones in general to my skin tone, it makes it look so much bigger. But I just love that shade. Just it's so magical. It really does remind me of the moon. So I think they did a fantastic job, like going Solar and Lunar. This really is a wonderful way to go about Lunar. Obviously, I just like the purple shades. I've seen so many purple palettes lately, and it's just kind of nice that Terra Moons did their own take on it, and I like it. I genuinely do. So yeah, you can see, the kinds of looks that you could get from this. Now, you could probably create other looks. Like, I actually want to do different combinations. I just did this so you could see what you're getting with these shades, obviously, but I'm actually really happy with it. So let me just show you the shifts, and then we're going to go on to those 10 single eyeshadows, which I'm so excited about. It's definitely like a green and a pink coming through over there, so it looks really, really beautiful. Very, very happy with this shade. It's really beautiful and very, very stunning. And on this side over here, I also saw shifts happening. So yeah, you can see for yourself. A different tone coming out there from that end shade. It kind of looks like a greenish blue shade. And I saw that on my finger even when I was kind of applying that. But I do like that, and I absolutely love that pink. Obviously, it's just so beautiful. So yeah, I'm just really, really happy with the way that this has worked. Alrighty, now before we go on to the 10 single shades, I'll give you the makeup details. So for my foundations, I actually went in with 2 shades. I went in with Sephora Best Skin Ever over here, and I also used Bobbi Brown. Now this is way too light for me, so I've actually been using it as a concealer more than a foundation, but I like it because it's got SPF 15 and I don't want to throw it away because it's Bobbi Brown. The quality of this is amazing. It's just that it's the wrong shade. But anyway, lipstick, I went in for the shade Saint by Lime Crime. I really do enjoy my Lime Crime Velveteen. These are some of my favorite lipsticks, and yeah, that's what it looks like. I felt like it complemented both of the looks actually. It could go with either one and it would be perfectly fine. Alrighty, so I don't have anything else to add to this. I have basically given you my thoughts on all the shades from the Solar and the Lunar palettes. We've also tested out all of the shades. So now the last thing is going to be those singles. So let me just show them to you, and then I'm going to start swatching these onto my eyes. I've put them into a separate palette. So this is, yeah, these are the 10 shades over here. And as you can see, they are beautiful shades. They've got really interesting shifts, and I don't know if you will be able to see the shifts here because I don't have like a whole like I don't have my lights set up in a way that you would actually be able to see a ton of shifts, but I basically have those 10 here. That's the Solar, you know, thing over there, but we're going to be going in with all of those, so we're going to see 2 on my eyes each time. So let's begin with that. I'll see you at the first 2 shades. So I'm back, and we're going to be getting into those last 10 shades, and I have them over here with me. So we're going to start with Vampire Star. I'm not going to be using a base for this because we're just doing swatches and I just want to see what they're going to be looking like. So this is Vampire Star on my finger, and you know what? I just looked at it and it does not look that color when I look at it. So yeah, I can definitely say that it's got a very strong shift. And it is so buttery smooth. Now, I was really excited to try Vampire Star when I saw that shade because I knew that it was going to be incredible. Sometimes you can just look at shades and you know, yeah, that's going to be the one that, you know, thrills me the most. So, here we go. This is Vampire Star, and most of the shade has gotten onto my lid. Alright, so this is what Vampire Star looks like when you don't have lights coming in from the side and you're just looking at it, you know, like this. But when you actually bring a light in, that is what happens. It's got a very beautiful green coming in there. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that shift is incredible. It really looks amazing. I'm just gonna change the lighting angle, see if I can picture anything else. Maybe you can see something as I do this. It's amazing, isn't it? This is a fantastic shade. I can actually see, wow, I can actually see orange showing up as well. So I saw orange, gold, green, blue, and purple. I'm seeing 5 shades. This is an incredible shade. It really is. Like I'm actually seeing 5 shades on my lid at once. That's freaking amazing. Okay, so this is obviously a huge win. The consistency of Vampire Star is very smooth. It is a very easy to move around shade, and you know, it's just, see, again, like I picked it up and it doesn't even look like that. Like if I'm looking at it downwards, it actually looks like a green, and I'm holding it up here and it looks like this purpley bronze shade. So it's just fascinating to me. But yeah, as I was saying, consistency of the shade very smooth, and I absolutely love it. So the next shade that we're going in for is Cloud Rider. And it looks like this. It is really vibrant and so beautiful. I think anyone would enjoy using this really as a, oh wow. It is so freaking gorgeous. It really is. I can see red. I can see like this fiery red, and then there's pinks, like a bit of purple coming through, and then, you know, you obviously have that blue base. This is without even changing the angle that much. So, oh, and I'm also seeing green on my finger. Yeah, I feel like Terra Moons has, again, knocked it out of the park already, yeah, without even how do they do it? I shall never know. But anyway, let's get on to seeing these shades. Yeah, I can see a green coming through there. Let me just come closer. Yeah, you can definitely see all the shades that I described coming through. There's definitely like four to five shifts here, and the consistency of the shade is again very, very smooth. And if I just turn my face like this, you should be able to pick up a few more shifts because I've put in another light for Cloud Rider. It is a really, really beautiful shade. Both of these shades are spectacular and amazing, and you can definitely see shifts coming through, so that's something that I definitely value. This is that very sweet cat that I found just a few days ago, and we actually found her home. She's just adorable. She's pregnant with 5 kittens, so we can't keep her because we're actually planning to move this year. But I just thought you guys would like to see her as I do this review, because she's actually sitting right here and just being sweet and purring away. Isn't she adorable? Well, let's get back to our shade comparisons. We're going in now with Stella Nursery. And it looks like a really, really beautiful pink shade, and you can see a few shifts of color like gold and green happening as well when you look at this. So I'm gonna just put that onto my eye. The first thing that I'm noticing with this shade is it's very, very pigmented here. A little would go a very long way. It's also got more flakiness, I think, bigger flakes. However, you can see what it looks like when you actually blend it out. It's becoming very, very smooth, and it seems easy to spread as well, but it's got amazing shine. So this is actually pink, purple, gold, and I definitely saw a green on my finger just now, so that would be 4 shades already. Yeah, so let's just grab the mirror and take a look at this one. So this is what the shade looks like, and when I bring my mirror here, this is what it is. You can definitely see that. It looks absolutely incredible.
She's coming.
So as I said, we have some incredible shifts happening right over here. You can definitely see that green, and it's honestly mind-blowing how beautiful these shades are. They're so vibrant, and I really hope the camera is actually picking up the vibrancy and just how opaque that is. It's just incredible. Let's go in for the next shade, which would be, we're going in for Moonlighter, so I'm just grabbing some of that on my finger. Now Moonlighter didn't really seem to be as shiny as the other shades when I was swatching it, so I am interested to see how this is actually going to look. I'm seeing blue, white, and pink from this shade, so let's just put that here. Oh my gosh! That is so beautiful. I was not expecting this at all. In fact, this is actually a, it looks like a ocean kind of green with a blue. And I honestly didn't even, I don't know if I even swatched that actual color on my eye when I was swatching it on my arm. So it's really good to know that, you know, it can still be surprising in that way. Because out of these 10 shades, 9 of them are multichromes and 1 of them is a duochrome. And all of these noises are a very, very active cat running around. Sorry. Okay, yeah, so I can definitely see purple, green, blue, and pink. That's really, really cool. Yeah, it's really, really incredible. This is a fantastic shade. I think it would go so well with the LUNAR collection, in fact, because it's just, it kind of reminds you of just Moonlight, you know? From these 2 shades, you can see just incredible shifts. They are absolutely gorgeous. I feel like Moonlighter is beautiful. It's very aptly named. I love that shade. It's fantastic, and I think it would be amazing for spring because we're going into pastels. Same thing for this. They're just gorgeous, wonderful shades. And of course, there's a huge difference here because these definitely have bigger flakes, and you can see that, you know, when you look at the eyeshadow itself, but it's very, very shiny and very smooth. This one is actually smaller flakes and very smooth as well, but just so pigmented. Like I said, I was not expecting that at all, but I think they've done a fantastic job with both of these. They're beautiful eyeshadows. Okay, so let's move on to the next two shades. I'm gonna be right back. All right, we're now going in with the shade Ursa Major, which is kind of like this really pretty smooth pinky purple blue shade. You can kind of see it actually right there in my finger, all those different colors coming through. So I'm gonna apply that here. This is a very smooth shadow. Even when I was swatching it, I really like the formula of this. It's really vibrant, very intense, and I really like this one. I can see the blue and the purple coming through already, and yeah, that itself shows the quality of the multichrome. If it's so easy to just, you know, come onto your eye. You can see that it looks absolutely incredible. Let's just take a look at it with the mirror. So yeah, you can already see it looks like I've put 3 colors on my eye, but it's just this one shade. So there you go. You can see blues, pinks, purples. This is a very nice shade. Probably one of my favorites that we've tried so far. It's actually really hard to pick a favorite because it's all so pretty. But it's a gorgeous shade. The next we're trying is Space Traveler. Space Traveler looks like this. It's a very smooth shade, extremely smooth, and I think that a lot of people are gonna love this one. It's just a beautiful color as well. Just look at this. It's stunning. I don't think I have any color like this in my collection, so I'm very thrilled to own this. And it's going from like a rose kind of pink to a coral kind of pink shade, and it's just so satiny smooth. I feel like I'm applying butter almost, you know, to my eyes. But it's a gorgeous shade, and I think a lot of people will absolutely love this one. You also get gold in this, by the way. So yeah, you can see over here. We've also got a green coming through over there, if you actually see that. Yeah, there's a green there, and then we're moving. Yeah, this is just incredible shifts of color here. But both of these shades are very smooth, wonderful formulas. Absolutely love them. Zero complaints about these. They would be very easy to work with. And I think that a lot of people are gonna really enjoy these ones. I actually love this one so much because I have a dress in that exact color, and it's just so cool now that I have literally, you know, the color of my dress. And yeah, like, you know, when I first started using eyeshadow, I never would have even thought that you could get that kind of color. So let's move on to the next two. Alright, so next we have Capricorn. This is Capricorn over here. It's a very beautiful, vibrant pink shade, and it's kind of moving into a red. It's really amusing though. And this is a hotter pink than the previous one that we just tried. So with this shade I see hot pink and orange kind of color coming through, and red, and also gold and green. So it has many shifts, and it's a very smooth formula, and a little will go a very long way. In fact, the same could be said of every single shade so far that we've tried in this collection. You don't need a lot to get this kind of pigment onto your lids. So yeah, this is the shift, and yeah, you can see that green coming through. You can also see the gold, and then it's moving to that orange, that pink, and that red. It's a really beautiful shade. Alright, so now we're going in for Mission to Mars. And that's what it looks like. It's a really incredible shade because I've just seen so many shifts here, and it's very smooth. So this is like a red moving to an orange, moving to a green. It's a deeper kind of shade in comparison to the previous two that we tried. and the shifts are very different. And I think it may have a black base. I will have to see, because when I turn my eyes like this, I'm getting a very, very dark color coming through with this, so it kind of strikes me as a shade that has a deeper base, essentially, which means the color will obviously be a lot more prominent. So let's go in here, and wow, just look at that. So yeah, you can see the green, and we're just moving that back and forth, and you can see just what that looks like. It's really, really beautiful, really, really something, and everything I think a multi-chrome should be. It's just so, so gorgeous. That's a winner for me. Mission to Mars is amazing. So this is what you can actually see when there's no light or anything, but then when I start moving the light back and forth, you can definitely see, you know, incredible shifts of color coming through. So it's probably one of the strongest shades in the collection, and Vampire Star is the other one that's really, really strong. The other multi-chromes are also incredible, but I just feel like I'm seeing the most shifts over here from this one and Vampire Star so far. It's just easy to pick up with my light. Here you also can see shifts coming through. It's just hard to really decide which shades are the best, actually, because honestly all of them are performing so beautifully. Last two shades, so now we have Aphelion, which is a really, really smooth shade as well. It's beautiful, really, really gorgeous. It's another pink shade, and it's just, look at that, it's incredible. The shine that you're gonna get from these shades is just second to none. It's really, really so pigmented. So this one seems to have a flakier consistency in comparison to the others that we just tried before this. Those were a lot smoother. This is more kind of like, what's the third shade? Stella Nursery. It's definitely got that flakier kind of consistency, but you can smoothen it out on your eye, and it's working pretty well. So this moves from like a pink to a gold. At least that's what I can see on my eyes as we speak. I can also see a green showing up on my finger. So I'm just going to grab my mirror and we can look at that. You can definitely see the green showing up here. It's a really, really, really beautiful shade. Super, super intense. Absolutely love this. And honestly, these are so, so beautiful for spring. It's just a gorgeous pastel shade, you know, and it would work. It would be so beautiful to wear. So I'm actually really, really impressed with this one. Actually, every single shade that I've tried so far, I've been really, really happy with it. Now we have Rainbow Prism over here, which looks absolutely incredible on my finger. It's moving from a white to a pink to a green to a blue. There's just so many shifts here, and it just looks gorgeous. So I'm gonna stamp this on. And this is a magical shade. It kind of is like the flakier version of Moonlighter. That's what it looks like to me, and it's got a much more intensive shine. Again, apologies if you're hearing a lot of background noise. There's a cute little kitty running around. And is apparently scratching my bed now. Okay, so we have really, really beautiful shades in this collection, and it's very, very impressive. I'm just going to take my mirror and just show you this. So this again is just, it's so beautiful. It's like this vibrant green moving from a blue to a pink to a purple. Oh my goodness, I just can't get enough of this collection. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a lovely way to begin Easter, I think, and you know, just spring in general. Just gorgeous, gorgeous pastels everywhere. And this is honestly so sparkly. You would think that it's a glitter. It kind of looks like a glitter, but it's not, you know. And I guess that's what I like about it, because I don't particularly like glitters. When I move my eye this way, it actually kind of becomes like, you know, a much lighter color there. But all in all, yeah, I think that these are beautiful shades, and they're very, very pigmented, and they're working absolutely wonderfully well. Okay, so let's do some comparisons for the very first three shades from the Solar edition. So these are basically the shades from the Solar. You've got 1, 2, and 3 right over here. So for every single comparison that we do henceforth, I'm going to put the shades from the current collection closest to the top of my wrist, and all the other shades below will be the ones that we're comparing them to. So I'm going to start over here because these are 3 eyeshadow shades. So we've got Telesto over here, then we've got Super Luminous, and we've also got Astral Galaxy. So I thought that these would kind of look similar, but they're actually very different. As you can see, they have very, very different tones. These two here obviously on the greener side. This one over here has a completely different texture to Telesto. Telesto is a lot smoother. So yeah, that would be that. Now let's move on to the highlighters. The highlighters over here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I basically put these here because I felt they look quite similar, but as you're looking at them, you can see they may have similar tones, but they're very, very different. Now I can say that the formula of the highlighters is very, very smooth in comparison to these. Like these over here, you can see more like specks, more particles, that kind of thing. The formulation is just different for these eyeshadows over here and these highlighters. The highlighters are just much smoother. These are flakier in terms of formula. And in terms of color, there's also a difference because, you know, over here the highlighters actually do have like shifts in color, and then this one over here the shift is quite different. It's Amorous Rays over here looks very similar to Autumn Sunset and Astral Allure, but we know that these shades are definitely different because this one seems to be of a warmer tone, and then you have these two. Astral Allure definitely changes. It goes from a rose gold kind of pink shade to like a more brown toned shade. So they are different, and of course the formula appears to be quite different as well. Alright, so the first 4 shades closest to the wrist are the shades from the Lovers on the Sun LUNAR collection. So that would be Solar Halo, and then we've got Sunset Embrace, Galactic Heart, and Nebula Whisper, which is the silver shade right. It's basically the first shade. So the first shade I'm comparing it to is Gemini. The reason I decided to do that is because Gemini also does have a bit of a purple tint coming through, and I just wanted to see if, you know, that would actually be similar, but as you can see, it's definitely very different. It's more blue and green and orange. So joining the shades over here, we've basically got Omega Centauri, Cassiopeia, and Moonlit Mystique. I added them again because they seem to have similar tones, but as you can see, they are quite different. They've got different shifts coming on here. It's quite unique in comparison to, you know, the other shades. Now we have Stella Siren as well, and this is Hypernova. Hypernova is obviously a green, so it completely is dissimilar, you know, to the other 2 shades. And then Stella Siren, I thought it would be similar, but it is actually quite different. It's showing off more of a red shift. I thought it would be most similar to this shade over here, but yeah, apparently not, because the texture seems to be different, and the shifts are different as well. This one is more of an icy purple, and this one over here is definitely, it's because of that red and that yellow, it definitely feels very, very different in comparison to that shade right over there. I've added Celestial Cloudscape and Phantom Galaxy. So this one over here is Phantom Galaxy, and that's the Celestial Cloudscape. So I think this is basically most of my purples already from my Terra Moons collection. And as you can see, again, the shades look very, very different. So I thought that Phantom Galaxy was going to be quite similar to this shade here, but I was wrong because this one's actually more blue toned. It's kind of going to a green. You can see a bit of red showing up there, purple, and then blue. This one over here, I'm just seeing purple, yellow, and a deeper purple coming through, but not that green and that blue, which is what Phantom Galaxy has. So these are very different shades, even though they look quite similar in the pan. The last and final purple that I have added right at the end is UFO. You can see how vibrant that purple is. It's a completely different purple from these new shades that have been added to the collection. So yeah, you can see that, you know, you may see similarities and everything, but these are definitely very different, very unique shades, and these are definitely more on the new shades are more on the icy side, and you know, they kind of have more of that translucent quality going on in comparison to the ones that are right at the end over here. Alright, so I said I was gonna just end with that purple, but I saw one more shade that I want to compare it to. So this over here is Snow Globe. Solar Halo, the LUNAR version, is very different from Snow Globe over here. It's completely different colors. The one thing is though that the formula kind of seems to be similar. It also seems to be similar to the Solar Halo version from the Solar collection. So here I am comparing Vampire Star to Otherworldly. I thought that those two would look very, very similar, but I'm wrong because Otherworldly has a blue base and Vampire Star has a purple base, but it has really, really intense shifts. It's just moving from purple to gold to green, and Otherworldly is moving from, you know, a beautiful gold to greens to reds to to blues, obviously. So you can see here, yeah, when I'm moving my arm like this, you can see more of those shifts happening. So I'm only comparing Vampire Star to this shade because I don't feel like any of the other shades really compare to this one. Alright, so here we've got Cloud Rider, which is the third shade. That's this one over here. And I've got Winter Star next to it and Counting the Cosmos. As you can see, these shades look very, very different from each other. I don't think that I actually have any shade like Cloud Rider in my collection. I just think that this is a very unique shade. I don't have any of my Terra Moon shades that have that light blue base and, you know, that kind of morph and shift into pinks and oranges and greens even. So I do think that Cloud Rider is an absolutely incredible addition to my collection. Alright, so now we're going in with some pink tone shades. So I've put Stella Nursery over here, and I've also got Aphelion on my wrist. So these two are the new shades, and these are the older ones. So this one here is Stella Siren. And then we've got a Crux, Astral Allure, Omulthea, and last but not least, this is a new shade that I haven't actually tried before. This is Haley's Comet. So as you can see, the new shades are very, very different from all of these shades I'm comparing it to. You can definitely send in suggestions and I'll see if I have anything, but this is basically just my full collection right here underneath my arm, and I'm just taking whichever shades look the most similar and I'm trying to, you know, just compare those and show you what these are like. So you can definitely see that the new shades have those greens that are like this has a green coming through and this one has a blue. The other shades that I'm comparing, you know, to, they don't have that. So now I'm going in with Moonlighter, which is the very first shade near my wrist, and then after that we've got Rainbow Prism, Winter Star, and then we've got the two Solar Halos from the Love is on the Sun palette. So this one is the Solar version, this is the Lunar version, and then I've also got these two shades, which are two more shades from my collection. So that one would be Snow Globe, and this is Luminescence from the Highlighter collection. So what I can see is that these three, actually these five shades, they kind of seem to have like a very similar formula to me. That would be Rainbow Prism, Winter Star, the two Solar Halos, that's Solar and Luna, and then this one over here, which is the Snow Globe shade. So those look really, really similar. In fact, it kind of feels like they're just all from the same family. They've got white bases, but, you know, prominent colors coming through. And yeah, I kind of feel like this formula is probably kind of similar to this, but not exactly the same. I feel like this is actually a brighter one, and that's for the moon, the Moonlighter shade. But you can see that these are all different. They're different and they're absolutely stunning. Actually, I really, really love and appreciate these shades that are, you know, based in white, because I feel like they just highlight the eyes. You could probably use all of these shades as highlighter shades or just on their own, and it'll give you a very translucent, beautiful effect. So now the shades I'm comparing are going to be Space Traveler, Capricorn, Mission to Mars, and I'm comparing them to Jupiter's Embrace, and this one over here is Ruby Satellite. You can definitely see that the shades are very different, even though in some lights they may look like they have some kind of similarities. I'm going to add on a couple more shades. Alright, so this over here is Dorado, then we've got Blazing Skies, and we've got Olympus Mons. Again, the shades are quite different. Now, I think that Capricorn kind of looks like it could be a family member of this one, but this shade over here, Blazing Skies, is a bit less intense. This kind of has a pink rose kind of shift going on here, and this one's more gold. So the difference between Capricorn and Blazing Skies is that Capricorn seems to be more opaque, and it's got a pink shift moving into more of a beautiful orangey pink shade right over there when I'm moving my arm, and you don't see that gold shift that happens here in Blazing Skies happening over here. So that would be the main difference for me. I actually think that both of them are really beautiful shades, and I think I like this one even more because this one's actually more opaque in that sense. I really like that a lot. But yeah, these are just some shifts for you. I'm going to add a couple more shades. I'm down with my last two shades that I'm comparing to. This is Cerise Waves, and this over here is Lost in Space. As you can see, they are completely different from these three. These over here are kind of grungier in a sense when you're looking at these brights over here. So I actually really love these shades. I think they're gorgeous, just very, very unique to my collection. And even these are really beautiful. But I just wanted to do the comparison so you could see for yourself that, you know, hey, these are the shades, and they're not really the same from previous shades that I've received from Terra Moons and that I bought from Terra Moons, because these two over here are bought and these were all gifted along with those three. So that's it for the 10 singles that Terra Moons is releasing. It's really hard for me to actually pick a favorite here because, as you saw from the shifts, these shades are absolutely incredible. They look so beautiful, and I don't know how to actually pick because they're just so gorgeous. All the shifts, the textures, it's all amazing. I just think that, you know, if you get these singles, you're going to have so much fun with them if you're looking for like multichromes, duochromes, and all of that. So anyway, I really enjoyed using all of these shades and giving you my thoughts on these shades. Stay tuned for some looks with the singles. I will probably need a few weeks to get these up because like I said, I'm not going to be here. Yeah, it's going to be a bit challenging. I'll try my best to do so, but if I don't, then at least here you have the swatches and you know what to expect with each and every shade. You can go and check out, you know, other content creators on Instagram who are creating with these shades. I'm sure they're going to come up with amazing looks. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with this collection, and I think it's amazing. It is beautiful, and I love the formulas. Formulas are fantastic, very, very smooth, and you know, there are just a couple that are a bit more flaky and everything, but even those are very smooth when you get them on the eye and you just spread them out. So yeah, I'm very happy, and I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you soon for another video very soon. Lots of love to you, and you know, if this was helpful to you before we go, please hit that subscribe button because I'd love to see more of you. I do reviews like this all the time. You can go and check out my other Terra Moons videos where, you know, I've just gone and I've included a ton of different details, and yeah, I hope all of that is very helpful for you. So anyway, I will see you soon. Lots of love. Have a great week. Bye bye.